What is the best response when a cop says, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" At least in Germany you should always say no, because otherwise whatever you did was intentionally. If you do it intentionally, the situation gets worse for you. You also have the right to not incriminate yourself in Germany, too. Same for most places. Are there drugs or weapons in the car? Me sure. Anything in specific you looking for? I was a police officer before I got married. Got out of it full-time, got into pharmaceutical sales when I got married for a more normal lifestyle for my wife. I kept my commission up by being a volunteer police officer. I got pulled over by a state police officer that asked me if I had any guns or drugs in my car. I started laughing and gave him my police ID and a business card. He started laughing as well once he realized that I had a trunk full of medication samples. I loaded him up with promotional pens and post-it notes. Was let go with a warning. Say you don't speak English. I'm sorry officer, but due to a pre-established language barrier, I am unable to understand the sequence of words you have constructed for me because I lack knowledge of the English language. So you do speak English? No, just that little spiel. And this. Why? Question mark K, hold on. This whole operation was your idea. Then the officer tell you the tragedy of Darth plagues the wise. I think so, officer. But where are we going to get hot pants and a chicken at this hour? This should clear up our little misunderstanding as I hand them my get-out-of-jail-free card for my wallet. You don't go by Monopoly, man. That game is nuts. Nobody just picks up get-out-of-jail-free cards. Those things cost thousands. YouTube taught me to shout, "Am I being detained?" And to inform the officer that I'm not driving, I'm traveling. My body is a vessel as defined by maritime law. Depends how long you were following me. Lawyer here. I swear to God, if I knew I had 1 week left on this earth and was in a trial, I would deflect Fletcher's objection. I object, Your Honor. On what grounds? Because it's devastating to my case. I once got pulled over for speeding behind a cop. I told him that I noticed I was behind a police officer and assumed we were traveling at a safe speed. He said it's on me this time, and I didn't get a ticket. I was lucky to be behind a nice cop. I like the cops in my city. Won't bat an eye for you going 5 over because they all do it too. Been lucky enough to pass by some going 10 over and they still don't care, although I don't do it that often to do it all the time. Just don't drive recklessly and they won't care. And I love highway patrol. 80 all day, no problems. Edit. To clarify about highway patrol, the motorcycle ones are anal, but if they're in an SUV they usually don't care. My rule is 8 miles per hour over the limit max. I've never seen anyone get pulled over for 5. I've been pulled over for 38 in a 35, was in a construction zone and I was towing a 6,000 pounds trailer down a hill that immediately turns to an equally long uphill section, couple hundred yards. He clocked me at the bottom. Got a ticket and subsequently got sent to defensive driving. In class we were shooting the shit before it started and I was in there with a guy who ran from cops and hit 90-something in a 55, a girl who blew 1.5x the legal limit, and a 16-year-old that did 45 in a 15, the normal limit when the school zone isn't active. And there's me, missing a day of work because I went 3 over. Well, if you don't know, sir, I'm afraid we're both wasting our time. I did that once when a teacher asked me if she knew why she had punished me. Did not make her laugh. Going to try it regardless.